Magandang gabi po sa lahat, or good morning, wherever you are. Welcome to Near Protocol Philippines. Hope you guys are doing well. Today, we have another special guest with us on the show. She has been involved in the blockchain space for quite a number of years now. She has helped establish several blockchain companies already, and one of which we will be touching up today. She is the CEO of Debio Network. What's that? That's an interesting question. Well, we'll introduce to you Pandu. I hope I get this right. Sastrowardoyo.
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah, also known as Decentricity, and she's here with us. So Pandu, Miss Pandu, welcome to the show. We're happy
Thank
to
you
have
so
you here.
Yeah, happy to be here. Hi.
All
How are
right.
you?
I'm doing okay here. I guess to start with the introduction, we can maybe you can tell us a little bit about yourself, Miss Pandu, where you're
Sure.
from.
Okay, I'm from Indonesia. I'm currently in New York for NFT NYC, but I'm actually based in Indonesia, Jakarta. Sometimes I'm based in Bali as well. Bali is amazing, by the way.
Never been.
You've never been? You should.
I should.
So I've been in the IT space for a very long time. I used to work for IBM for 6 years, and after I left IBM in 2017 and started my first blockchain company together with a group of folks. So we co-founded something called Blockchain Zoo. So 2017 was a while ago. So that's one of the first crypto and blockchain consulting companies. In fact, it was one of the first 20 that was recognized by Gartner. Gartner's.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so the first 20, including Blockchain Zoo, what I co-founded back then. So we were the first in the they had a list of blockchain consulting companies, and they had consensus. They had consensus with the Y consensus, and then us in the same list because we were one of the first. And then we also started, I also started together with a bunch of friends, Blocksphere, which was actually founded originally by Gilang Bagaskara, amazing dude. He's also very active now in the Octopus community. And Blocksphere also was listed in Gartner. So I actually have 2 companies listed in Gartner since 2017, 2018. In 2018, I started the Indonesian Blockchain Association. Officially it started 2019, but 2018 we're already a community, and we helped initiate a lot of things in Indonesia. We're the sort of the only association that is B2B2G, so connecting businesses and also connecting to government. And we are also probably very, very instrumental in crypto being legal in Indonesia.
That is nice.
We lobbied for it, we pushed for it, and we helped make crypto legal as an asset class in Indonesia to be put under the Commodities Bureau. So crypto is a recognized asset class, including NIR, of course. NIR is also traded in Indonesia. So that's basically what I used to do, focusing on the blockchain part, the crypto part as well, but focusing more on the consulting part of things, because my background and the team's background is actually very technical. And then in 2018, I had an idea about, we will talk about this, but an idea that is related to bioinformatics and genomics and how it relates to blockchain. So my background is actually not computer science. Before I worked at IBM, I coded. I had development experience part-time, but it was a hobby because my actual the thing I went to college with, I went to college basically for environmental engineering, and my focus back then was microbiology. So I was focusing on a lot of the microbiology.
Those are 2 very different worlds.
I also have certificates on genomic data science and bioinformatics from Johns Hopkins, from UCSD. So I was from the bio side, although I also like developing. So in 2018, and this is documented, I mentioned my idea in several places. Basically, I spoke about blockchain and bioinformatics, how you can own your own genome, ensure that your data is owned by you, and then you can monetize your own genome instead of having major corporations monetize it. So I initiated Debio actually back then as more of a movement of people interested in this space, in that integration, but we couldn't get it to work yet because the issue being that if you only take control of like the data ownership part, but you're not taking control of the services part, basically onboarding your DNA onto the blockchain, that physical to digital bridge, then you're not you're not ensuring that the sovereignty is to the user, because labs would still be able to basically take over your data and then resell them, etc. So at the end of last year, and end of 2020, me and a bunch of friends came together again and discovered that, you know what, we can make this happen by also taking care of the services part of things. So when you look at Debio was okay. So this is probably going to be like the we're gonna discuss this later, but Debio came out of that as well. So I was before crypto and blockchain, I was doing IT and a lot of other things as well. I'm older than I look. I'm 37, so I've been doing a lot of things.
It doesn't show. It's not obvious.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
To me, you look younger than, your age.
Thank you.
I see. All right. So thanks for sharing with us your background, your career, what you were doing before crypto, before blockchain, and how you got involved. Basically, that summed it up. You mentioned Debio, the company that you founded, Decentralized Biomedical Network. I feel that your background in microbiology and such played a big part as well in you joining those two worlds together somehow. So maybe you could be so kind to explain to our audience, to our listeners, what Debio is. Yes.
Okay, can you allow me to share my screen?
Oh yeah, sure. Let me do that. Let me do that now.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, 1 second. So the Debio Network, you can go to debio.network. That's our website. We are the anonymous first Appchain, and Appchain here it means application specific blockchain. So we're not just a smart contract. We are a full blockchain that is set up on top of substrate code. And as everyone knows by now, Octopus Network is on top of Near, but it is actually a substrate relay chain. Okay, so anyway, we're anonymous first, but we provide medical and bioinformatics services and data, and that is we're focusing on ensuring that everything can be anonymous, everything can be anonymized, yet you can monetize your data, and then labs can sell services on our platform. This core team, I'm just gonna skip. Like you can see on the website, we have 7 PhDs and doctors in our advisor list. I think it's 8 now. We have more, including like a lot of these people are quite famous in Indonesia. One of them is the CIO of the biggest government-owned hospital in Indonesia. So and this is a leading researcher for cancer. So anyway, that's sort of the big idea. Anonymously control and monetize your genetic and biomedical data. So a lot of people don't realize this, but your DNA is actually very precious. It's being monetized by a lot of companies. If you go to, and the problem is, if you go to like personal genetics testing companies like 23andMe or Ancestry.org, which are basically, testing you guys, you're paying for them to check. Just for fun, right? Like we just want to know. The thing is, that set of data is being monetized, and even 23andMe, they have like 33% of their ownership, as far as I know, is held by GlaxoSmithKline, which is a major drugs company, and they do computer-aided drug design utilizing this set of data. And that set of data is not, that money that comes from that set of data that doesn't flow back to you. So there are other problems as well, because a lot of these labs, a lot of a lot of the big bio labs centralize your KYC and genetic data inside one platform. Like it's linked together with your genetic data. Then it becomes a huge risk if it's leaked, and it's already been being leaked several times, and that's actually very Googleable. I'm not going to mention who got leaked, but that's the issue with this is that your genetic data, if leaked, insurance companies can figure it out and use it to change your premiums because of like your future possibility of disease. So this is very worrying, and PricewaterhouseCoopers is saying that 47% of genetic testing consumers are very concerned about their privacy.
That is concerning. I was just about to ask you what the implications was of having your data leak, but you've already answered that. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's huge implications. So anyway, this is the application itself, and you guys are gonna see it live. It's the testnet version is already up, but you can basically generate your private and public key pairs, and then you select a lab that you want to basically buy the services of, like genetic testing or COVID testing or whatever. Now, what we are doing is allowing you to source your own sampling kit. So you sample. You can sample from like professional testing kits providers, or you can create a testing kit yourself. And creating a testing kit yourself is actually quite easy. You use the swab method. You just need basically a cotton swab. It's everything's going to be explained in the application itself. Then this is actually sent over to the preferred lab. The lab receives it. Anonymous DNA sample is received. This is still anonymous. The lab basically does the sequencing and then sends back the results. Now, when the results are sent back, they are encrypted with the user's public key. So as you know, if something is encrypted with the user's public key, only the user would be able to decrypt it.
Yeah, to access. Right.
So once that user is able to access, then he or she can see the results of any test without giving KYC, because the payment is also done via crypto. So yeah, so this is something that we've created, and just to simplify as well, besides actually doing the services part, we are also initiating something called privacy computing. So we, if you want to basically put your data inside our aggregated data set for genetics or aggregated data set for something else, then we can sell that aggregated data set, still anonymously, but the money flows back to you, basically, because you're getting the bio tokens in return. So this is something that is a huge improvement from what we currently have, because currently the labs do the aggregation and you're not getting a penny. So yeah, that's sort of the overview. Oh, this is also very interesting. If you don't have a lab in your local area, like in Manila, you don't have, for example.
Yeah. I was wondering the same thing.
Yeah, you can actually stake tokens to get services. So you stake the bio tokens. You say that, hey, I'm willing to pay this much the bio, just so labs would register. Labs would come in and get me service. Okay, so this actually has a reward. It's like staking rewards, but this is 100% based on if the labs come. So the more people that you get to stake, the more possibility that the labs come, because everything is public, right? So you can, even though your name is there, but you can see that, oh, in Manila, there are like 100 people requesting labs. And then you can follow up the service request. And the labs can say that, hey, I can provide these services. If you're a lab, you can register. And it helps with our marketing, but it also basically is part of our network effects, because the labs basically get pulled in by real people staking tokens. So this is sort of the way, you know, the name DBio is based on DeFi, right?
Yes.
This is sort of the way we are doing it, because we're helping people help themselves, but we're also helping labs to see the actual interest in the location.
Yeah, like a win-win situation.
Exactly. And it's staking, but it's real world staking. I think this is a very important point. So once that is done, the bio is completed and then sent over to the consumer wallet and the lab wallet. Consumer basically gets rewards, and labs, of course, get the bio token. as payment for this is received, and then like of course the lab can take fiat out or lab can take USDT out or whatever. But the idea is once this is locked, this is given to the lab. Yeah.
Just a side question. What if the test like somehow maybe fails, or they weren't able to get the data that was needed?
I skipped over this because I tried to simplify.
Oh,
but
all right.
two buckets of funding within the escrow. One is the QC and prep bucket, and then the other is the actual wet work analysis bucket in terms of the funding. So if the DNA sample doesn't pass QC, if it, I don't know, broke on the way, or maybe
lost in transit.
Not enough yet. Lost in transit, DNA yield not enough, blah blah blah. Then first stage is always QC. QC is called, you check whether you have enough DNA yield, etc. If it does not have enough DNA yield, then the escrow is only cut for the QC, but not the entire.
Okay.
And then the user can send again.
That makes sense. All right.
Yeah, I think a lot of what we're doing here is quite unique, because we're trying to use like a lot of DeFi tools, but we're doing it for the real world implementation. So I'm sure you probably heard we've already completed our seed round, strategic round, private round as well. This is 100K, so I don't know why it's not there, but in total we've raised 850K plus angel round. Angel round is the we're not disclosing how much we made on angel, but like the rest is 850K already. And we are currently going to have an IDO within this month, which would be very exciting.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes, I'm going to be on Skyward Finance. This is for 6.5% of the total supply. So without testing, of course. So there will be amazing things as well, because we might have a collaboration with Octopus in terms of airdropping the Octopus tokens. That is, the conditions of that will be mentioned later. But think about it, you buy Debio on IDO and then you get Octopus tokens as airdrop as well.
All right. So for our listeners there who are maybe interested in, investing in Debio, stay tuned for their updates. All right.
Yeah. We were massively oversubscribed for strategic and private. We were 5 times oversubscribed actually.
That's a good, those are good numbers then.
That's a good number. So yeah, anyway, like for example, strategic round, we only asking for like 500K USD. The interest was 2.5 million USD. So yeah, we had to reject a lot of investors. So I know that a lot of you are interested in this. Don't worry. We'll still have IDO, and you can just, go to Skyward Finance, and the communications will be out soon. Token distribution is here. I'm not going to go through all of it, but DAO and team and advisors, that's 12.5% for team and advisors, and then DAO gets 17.5%. Then community marketing bounty is 25%. LP Appchain validators is 25%. Our DAO, this is not confirmed yet, but I think we are going to be using Astro DAO for this. So
yes.
Going to be at least for now. Once something, because even though we're an octopus, but our token can be bridged over to the near ecosystem. So once that is bridged, then that can be part of that. The DAO can help allocate as well. And community marketing bounty is 25%. LP Appchain validators will get 25% as well. So if you become a staker validator, you can get part of the tokens here as well. So yeah, that's the interoperable future of biomedical data. That's what we are implementing. There's a lot of interoperability here. And if you want to know more, here are our links, Debio Network, and you can contact me at CEO@Debio Network, or join our Telegram group, Debio Network here. Our Twitter is also Debio_network, I think. So you can follow us. Yeah, that's sort of the overview.
All right, thanks for giving us that really meaty, you can say, overview of what Debio is, what you're working on. Uh,
Okay, too much information.
no, it's actually really enlightening for me because I never really grasped how blockchain tech would eventually have its applications in the medical field. It's not something that really would go together. But
Oh, yeah. I one thing. A lot of people tried. I'm a consultant at that. Like I in IBM even I was 6 years. I was senior consultant. So I I've seen a lot of people trying to implement blockchain in this space, and one thing they always forget is the decentralization is not just the decentralization of the consumers and tokens, but also the decentralization of the business itself. If you want to implement something like this, like the bio, and you want to ensure that anonymity is there and no one basically takes all of the data, then you have to make sure that even the labs part is decentralized. So that's something that we're implementing within the platform as well. And you can see it in our demo. Labs coming into the platform use the platform like they use Amazon, or like eBay, or well, not eBay, Amazon. It's a storefront for them, for the labs, and even smaller labs can compete with 23andMe. Yeah,
that is really, really, nice work that you're doing. We're really excited for what the future implications for this will be for the bio. Maybe if you can share with us maybe what your plans are, what you plan on working, how you're planning to go about this in the future. What do you see the bio becoming in maybe 3 to 5 years from now?
Yeah, I really want to have the bio be an alternative for all of these personal genetic testing companies, and we really want to have this do biomedical data as well in general. So not just bioinformatics data. So this is something that has the potential to be the blockchain medical infrastructure. So and that can be a global infrastructure. You've seen what's happening around the world about the handling of COVID, which is an unfortunate disease.
Oh, yeah.
And a public health disaster. But a lot of countries are using bad technology. That the technology is super centralized and the data is put inside the hands of the government in a way that contact tracing is not supposed to be. Because think about it, when we're doing contact tracing, when we're doing vaccine passports, and you have data in the hands of just the few, first of all, that is dangerous in terms of the power that these people have, and that the governments have. And secondly, it's something called the honeypot problem, right? That set of data is so interesting and so valuable, hackers would try to hack it. And once that is leaked, that is more dangerous. So I'm quite interested in pushing, not shilling. I'm quite interested in having the bio be part of this revolution in a way that provides an alternative to all of these. So let's see, instead of having your vaccination records on top of a centralized entity, what about putting it on the bio? And then okay, how do we get adoption in government? Maybe that's not adoption in government. Maybe it's adoption with private businesses. Maybe private businesses would be happier to have data from the bio because it's more complete. Maybe users would still be able to keep their anonymity even if they show their vaccine records confirmed on the blockchain. So that's sort of everything we're trying to initiate within the bio. So I'm really hoping that you guys would join the journey. We're really looking for people who are long-term holders of our token and long-term supporters of our community as well, because this is not just it's not a money grab project. It's a project that aims to basically change everything, which is why the name is so lofty, I guess, Debio, Decentralized Biology, because we're not just building just another smart contract, we're building a whole blockchain. And that whole blockchain, all of the things that you've seen, that's just the first dApps. There's going to be multiple dApps on top of it, multiple distributed applications. And Can be anything from vaccines to medicine to like pharmaceuticals. So yeah, that's all I have.
All right. Thank you for sharing what you're working on with us tonight, Miss Pandu. Really excited as to what your team will be able to accomplish down the line, and the medical implications for the bio. So again, guys, blockchain in the medical field is possible, and the bio is making that possible. The anonymous first app chain for medical and bioinformatics services and data. So again, Ms. Pandu, thank you for having us, for being here tonight on the show.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
yes, thank you for enlightening our listeners as to what the bio is. So
Yeah,
that will be
thank
all
you.
for tonight. Happy to have you, and hope you guys are staying safe there. Again, this is Near Protocol Philippines. Good night.